Hello and welcome back to Kitchen Tips with Spread Some Magic. Today it's what's the difference between baking soda and baking powder, and can I substitute one for the other? I know the answer is no, but let's find out why. The chemical makeup of your recipe determines which of these leaveners you can successfully use. So they actually have like the same function, but they are different. Both baking soda and baking powder are chemical leaveners. Baking soda causes baked goods to brown more and contributes to deeper flavor thanks to the Maillard reaction. However, to do its work, baking soda, which is alkaline, relies on acid in a recipe provided by ingredients such as buttermilk, yogurt, or molasses, which is used in gingerbread. Baking powder, on the other hand, is baking soda mixed with dry acids such as cream of tartar and double-dried cornstarch. Did not know that. The cornstarch keeps the baking soda and dry acid apart during storage, preventing premature production of carbon dioxide. When baking powder becomes wet, the dry acid comes in contact with the baking soda, producing the gas. Cooks use baking powder rather than baking soda when there is no natural acidity in the batter, or to provide more sustained leavening, since it's activated by higher temperatures later in the baking process. You cannot substitute baking powder for baking soda. However, if you want to substitute baking soda for baking powder, just add cream of tartar. For every 1 teaspoon of baking powder called for, use a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda plus a 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar. Use this mixture right away. That is, do not prepare it and then store it for future use. In many recipes, we call for both baking soda and baking powder because the combination gives us better control over how fast and when leavening occurs in a recipe, as well as the alkalinity of the dough or batter. I also know with baking powder, or both really, but specifically with baking powder, watch your expiration date. Once it expires, it does not work. So if you're having a problem with your breads or your baked goods and you're using expired baking powder, that could be why. Baking soda is probably similar. I mean, I use it in my laundry. People use it in their fridges. But baking powder is definitely much more temperamental, and that gave us the reason why. Anyhow, thanks for joining me today, and be sure to spread some magic wherever you are. Until next time.